Hey, what's up, everybody, man? Hey, the NBA has been crazy these last couple of days. This last week, there was trade rumors, and then there was also transactions that went down, like Anthony Davis. We'll get to Anthony Davis in a second, but Kristaps Porziņģis being traded from the New York Knicks. This is the guy a year ago was proclaimed the unicorn. You traded that man for some assets to clear out some space so you can go shopping during the offseason when the big free agency market opens up. Problem is, here's the problem. The Knicks are the Knicks. Knicks aren't good. They haven't been good since the early 70s. That organization fundamentally just has an issue with doing the right thing and getting things done. Now, we, the fans of the NBA, and importantly, the fans of New York, is supposed to believe that Dolan and company can get this Porzingis thing right. This thing could blow up epically for the next couple of years for the New York Knicks. Next couple of years, actually the next few years, this could be epically disastrous. So they think that they're going to get Kyrie and KD, Kevin Durant. If they don't land at least Kevin Durant after trading Porzingis, epic disaster. Epic disaster. And if I was a New York Knicks fan, I would stop supporting the product. I'd stop buying stuff, stop going to the games, stop watching the games, and prove something, send a message. This is what I would do. But the Porzingis trade is absolutely asinine. I'm not surprised, man. It's the New York Knicks we're talking about. But the Dallas Mavericks obviously came out best in this because, look, they got Luka Doncic. This guy is shaking people up. He's young. I don't even think he's 21 years of age yet. And he's already playing at an all-star level. So if you add Porzingis to that mix, the future looks bright. Super bright for the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban is looking like $1 million, actually $1 billion, even because he's a billionaire. But anyway, on to what I really wanted to talk about, and this is the whole Anthony Davis thing. Now, we all knew once reports came out that LeBron was in town, or Anthony Davis was coming to town, and they were going to have their little conversation, and, this whole thing is like collusion to me. It's all collusion. Because it's like you already knew the writing was on the wall when Anthony Davis fired his agent to sign LeBron's boy, I can't remember his name, but Paul, not Maverick Carter, but the other guy, Paul. You hire him in Clutch Sports to represent you, and for what? For what reason? Anthony Davis, you're going to get the max deal. You're going to get $240 million, 5 years guaranteed. That's going to happen. I could be your agent, and that deal was still going to happen. Nothing was going to prevent you from getting your money either in New Orleans or anywhere else that you ever so choose to play. Hiring Rich Paul, that's his name, I just remembered. Hiring Rich Paul from Clutch Sports, LeBron's boy, to be your representative is for no other reason but to sabotage your current situation so you can go play with LeBron. The National Buddies Association. That's what I proclaimed the NBA long ago. It's the National Buddies Association. Everybody wants to be kumbaya. They want to hold hands and they want to play together because playing together is just so much more fun. No, this is not competitive at all. LeBron James, if he is the best in the league, if he is that guy you want to ultimately be, why not want to beat him? The competitor in you, Anthony, should want to beat LeBron, the best player, quote unquote. These players don't want to do that anymore. This is my problem with the league. These players don't want to be competitive against each other. They want to play with each other. They want to be friends. They want to treat this like it's some YMCA league, and it's not. I don't see how fans allow these players to get away with this kind of behavior. Stacking teams, wanting to play against each other. Like, These guys are supposed to be competitors. Are you a competitor or not? Do you want to beat the best to be the best? Just like Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. But in the NBA, they don't want to beat the man. They want to join the man so they could be, I don't know, a wingman? Like, it's just, it's crazy. But anyway, Anthony Davis wants to go play for the Los Angeles Lakers. This has been speculated for some time. The actions happened once he requested a trade or however that came about. Now we all know we're on the Anthony Davis watch. I just wanted to cover a little bit of what a comment, I guess, leaked out or Anthony Davis's father sent out, basically sending a shot at Danny Ainge and the Boston Celtics saying, you know, my son can't play for some organization that doesn't show loyalty. Okay, I respect that. That's your opinion. But it's like your opinion, man. Like, your opinion isn't really rooted in any kind of nuance. First and foremost, put yourself in the position of Danny Ainge as a top executive of one of the most historical, traditional franchises in pro sports in the Boston Celtics. You got the Los Angeles Lakers and you got the Boston Celtics. Put yourself in Danny Ainge's shoes. Yeah, I know, morally, not signing Isaiah Thomas to a max deal morally was shady. But as a business decision, as a business move for that organization going forward, it was a genius move. It wasn't even genius. No, that's giving it too much credit. It was a logical move. It was a practical move. What else was he supposed to do? If Danny Ainge is the executive of that team, his job, number one, is to make sure that team is set up for the future to come, to win championships, not to dig a crater-sized hole for that organization to grow in the future. That crater would have been dug if Danny Ainge stubbornly or with a kindness of his heart would have said, hey, Isaiah, I'm going to give you a max deal, even though I know you just suffered potentially a career-ending hip injury. See, Danny gets all this criticism, and I just don't agree with it because he's being a businessman. If Danny Ainge gives Isaiah Thomas that max deal, Danny Ainge is out of a job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The guy's out of a job, and he should be out of a job signing damaged goods. This is a business. I'm sorry, it's a business. I get it. Isaiah played during the playoffs when his sister passed away in that, tragic accident. But Danny has to run a business. Danny can't just not run a business or make a practical decision off of his emotions. He can't do that. And you wouldn't do that either, Anthony Davis's father, if you were in that position. Because that's what would have happened. Give the man a bunch of money and you lose your job. Because obviously Isaiah hasn't been the same since. And we're going on probably 3 seasons now. He had a career-threatening hip injury. Do I wish the guy come back and be somewhat, a percentage of what he was in that great one season with the Celtics? Yeah, I wished him to somehow return back to that. But Danny had to make the right decision, and Danny did the right decision. And that's why the Celtics are where they are, because Danny didn't use his emotions to run the team. But Anthony Davis, you want to play so bad with LeBron, just, make that known. Well, you guys have already made that known, but, it's just, I would love for these guys to just look in the mirror and just channel their inner dog and say, you know what, I'm the top dog in this MFer. I'm the top dog. I'm trying to be the guy that everybody tries to measure a candle up to. And I don't think there's enough players in the league that has that mentality. There's only a couple I can think off the top of my head that has that mentality. Russell Westbrook has that mentality. Giannis, the Greek freak, has that mentality. These guys are saying, look, I'm not trying to go out and play for other people. Those people got to come play for me or play with me. And if not, then they're going to be an obstacle in front of me that I got to run over to get to that ultimate prize, and that's an NBA championship. We need more guys like that. We got to stop having this buddy-buddy thing going on in the NBA because, in my opinion, it's ruining the league. And I'm going to get into another video. I'm going to make another video of why this is, because the number one root of all of this evil is LeBron James. He was the one that pioneered it, that made it trendy, that made it, acceptable, that made it avant-garde. LeBron did it. And I'm going to give in my next video, I'm going to give my opinions of LeBron and how he's affected the NBA both positively and negatively in regards to this moving around and stacking teams and everybody wanting to play with their buddies. And he's definitely pioneered a good and a very bad thing. And it's similar to how Floyd did when he was in boxing. He created a good thing as far as the promotion and promoting and self-promoting and making all the money. And then the not so good things were just selectively choosing your opponents and at the most opportune occasions and not necessarily fighting the best when they're at their best. So him and Floyd do have some similarities. I'm going to try to correlate those things for y'all in another video. But just to wrap up, NBA's been crazy, man. It's going to be interesting to see any other developments that's going to come up before the trade deadline. Right now, Porzingis to the Mavs, Anthony Davis look like he might be going to the Lakers soon. We'll see how things map out. Of course, I'm going to be keeping in tune with y'all and giving my perspective on it like no other. All right? Thank you for watching. See y'all soon. Peace.